Hello everybody and welcome to the Anita Posch Show, a Bitcoin-only podcast. My guest today is Rodolfo Andragnes, co-founder and executive director of the NGO Bitcoin Argentina and main organizer of LaBitconf, the first Latin American Bitcoin conference. We're talking about Rodolfo's creation of the word Bitcoin as early as in the year 2000, about cryptocurrency adoption in Latin America and the conference LaBitconf, which is taking place in El Salvador this week. As always, you can watch this interview on YouTube or listen to it in your podcast player. If you want to try something new, you can use a Lightning-enabled podcast app like Breeze, the Fountain app, or the Sphinx Chat app. And now, a short word from my sponsors and then on to the show. Enjoy! Ready to take your online business to the next level? Try accepting crypto for your goods and services. With Paxful, you can widen your reach to people all over the world and expand your business by giving your audience nearly 400 ways to pay. Additionally, with the power of the blockchain by your side, your transactions will be more secure than ever before. Elevate or build your business with Paxful Pay, the ultimate payment solution for all. Try it out now and watch your business grow before your very eyes. Go to anita.link/Paxful-Pay, anita.link/ and then Paxful Pay.
Learn Bitcoin will teach you the why and how to use Bitcoin. Anita's work makes Bitcoin approachable, understandable, and compelling to those who are new to Bitcoin. Andreas M. Antonopoulos, author Mastering Bitcoin and the Internet of Money. Order your copy now at learnbitcoin.link. That's learnbitcoin.link.
Living on crypto is easier than you think with Bitrefill. Choose from over 4,000 gift cards and mobile top-up options from around the world. I used Bitrefill to top up my phone when I was visiting Zimbabwe. It was easy, worked like a charm, and I even earned sats back. Pay with Bitcoin, Lightning, Ethereum, Dash, Tether over Tron, and many more options. No account is necessary. Join the thousands of users around the world who are living on crypto today using Bitrefill. Join now at bitrefill.com and start earning sats back with each purchase. That's bitrefill.com. Did you know that leaving your keys on centralized exchanges is extremely risky? Not only are you giving up your privacy, but you also give up total control of your funds. The best time to take back control is now. Go to sovryn.app and never again ask for permission to use your money. That's SOVRYN.app. Hello, Rodolfo. Welcome to the Anita Posch Show.
Thank you, Anita. A real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure to see you in advance because we're going to meet next week or tomorrow, maybe it's then in El Salvador.
Yes, really excited to get so many people down here to El Salvador.
Yes, I'm also very excited and looking forward. So, Rodolfo, please introduce yourself to our listeners before we start.
Bueno, I'm Rodolfo Andragnes, founder of several non-for-profit projects down in Latin America, mainly in Argentina. I was the founder of the Bitcoin Argentina and NGO, the LaBitconf, which is the conference that you are playing now on El Salvador. Bueno, La Bitcoineta, several non-for-profit projects. But I've started way back in the space. And when I say way back, even before Satoshi Nakamoto. Why? Because in 1997, I wrote a business plan called bitcoins.com. And I registered the domain bitcoins.com in the year 2000. And it was a absolutely different project, obviously, but it was like a loyalty program, and then in 2011, someone wrote me trying to buy the domain, and things. Well, making the story short, I finally a time later I sold the domain, but and actually to MTGOX. Yes, it's one of the assets that it's there in the MTGOX cost, and it made me back then to try to understand what Bitcoin is. Was not as easy as today. No, today we have so much interviews, podcasts, and nice content. Back then it was all all negative, very technical, but I had to understand what I had in my mind, in my hands, what was the value of what I had in my hands, and it was the only single domain I had. So it was like a lottery ticket, I would say, but it made me think, why me? Why I had this opportunity? I mean, anyone could have had the same luck, and so I started to be grateful, yes, about what happened to me, and I tried to help others to get the same luck that I got. So I've been very active about helping others to jump into Bitcoin.
Yes, you are. Thank you for that and for all you're doing. So, but in 1997, you wrote a paper or for a project about, what was it, like miles, like air miles or something?
Actually, sort of more in the technical side. Yes, you need to place yourself at that time. Yes, we had the diskettes. Yes,
I know.
So it was. I jumped into internet in 1994. Yes, which was fairly the beginnings of this. And already in 1997, I was thinking about a project related to this. We were going into the year 2K, but not into the year 2K, but into the .com bubble. Yes, so it was starting the .com stuff, and technology was like in the mood. Everyone was thinking about more actively about computers and technology. So I thought to do something like a multi-brand loyalty program. Yes, instead of miles from American Express or miles from everything brought you miles. Yes, this was a concept that was not yet known at least in my country and in the region, but it was focused on the technology side. Yes, I thought, well, you buy the diskettes and it comes with the Bitcoins inside, and you get the printer and it gets the Bitcoin inside, and then you can trade them for technology stuff and stuff like that. And when I showed the project to some investors, I was too young at that stage. Not as successful as I expected. But then in year 2000, I registered the domain because I also used this like for closing my stage of university education, and I kept the domain every single year. I paid $8 for the domain, and every single year I was thinking, oh, should I still pay this? Yes, eventually sometime I will do my project. Eventually sometime. And one fun thing, Anita, is that I used to check in internet if someone did something with the name bitcoins.com. And I had 3 domains, yes, back then. And 2, I dropped them like 2 years later. One was Visitas Guiadas, which is tour guide, yes, .com.ar, which is Visitas Guiadas Argentina. And the other one was budgets.com.ar. But this one was the only one I really cared about because I liked the name. I liked how it sounded.
So how did you come up with the name? I mean, like bit from the bit, like information bit and coins.
Exactly. It made sense. It made sense for my project. It makes sense for this one too. And I do think the fun part of this is that I had the domain hosted in a website called Sido.com, which is a very well-known space for hosting domains, but it was my only domain. And I did have some people asking even before 2011, yes, but my email was not the one I was using now. It's like I already forgot about the email I had. So when people finally got to address me outside Sido, I had to do all this move about getting a new email for my past account, and when I went in, I had already 40 people suggesting and trying to buy the domain.
Okay, so up until 2011, when Mark Karpeles asked you about the domain that he wants to buy it for Mt. Gox,
it was a bidding. It was a bidding against
a bidding.
Hill, because Trade Hill was Mark Karpeles had the 90% and Trade Hill had the other 10%. And actually Trade Hill and Karpeles were like trying to get the domain.
Mm-hmm. And did you do something with Bitcoin before 2011? I mean, when did you find out about it? Then in 2011?
Very strangely, I must have stopped checking in 2009. I must have stopped checking because I actively checked every single time I had to pay the domain. I always checked. I remember looking for, yes, and I do remember one time finding like 3 answers.
Okay, but maybe that was good because you waited longer, and then Mark Karpelus wanted it more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. And so from then on, you started learning about Bitcoin?
Well, my road, no, from the first 3, 4, 5 months, I like, okay, removed myself from the world. I started try to understand about Bitcoin, and it was like if it was a movie, it's like a lot of elements popping up in on screen. Yes, reading as much as I could about the topic, though I never read the paper. I read it like way after, but really trying to understand what was behind, and if this could have initially, like, to understand what I had in my hands. Yes, how much it could cost the domain. Yes, how much time I had to negotiate. Would this disappear? Do I have 3 months to negotiate, or Bitcoin will be when I started in April? It was the first time that government in US made some claim about Bitcoin in an audience, and price was going down, and it was like, you need to understand what Bitcoin is to understand what I had in my hands. But then I was paid in Bitcoins. Part of it was paid in Bitcoins, and I became a trader, and then I decided to stop being trader in 2013, and started to be a promoter, an active promoter of things. So I would say 2011 to 2013, playing around, and then becoming one of the main promoters in the region.
Yes, and what were the reasons? What did you see in Bitcoin, especially for Latin American countries and people in Argentina, that it's something special and something that people will need or use?
Somehow Bitcoin changes you. No, we all change because of Bitcoin. Yes, we all deconstruct and reconstruct ourselves and our thoughts around Bitcoin, and somehow you start understanding different things. You start understanding things different. Yes, you understand power different. You understand value different. You understand trust different. You understand. So somehow along the way of playing, as most people, when they just start today and they go because it goes up and down, on the road, those who stay, those who really want to go deep into the hole, or start for some reason reading and understanding, it starts making you some sense. It starts making you some understanding about things. It really might be different, and as when you start questioning yourself, your past thoughts about stuff, and you're willing to do so, it's hard not to find in Bitcoin a different answer and a valid different way of doing and understanding the things that you had like basic knowledge. So I think that was the road that made me be willing to change and to support. And back then, I remember in 2013, this first conference that we did, which also made sense because I went to the first big conference, which was in San Diego in 2013. And everyone was, when I was saying I'm from Argentina, everyone was saying, oh, Argentina could be the very best place because we had currency controls, we had lockdowns of assets, dollars in the banks and stuff like that. It was like Greece in 2015, no? So when I did the first conference here, when I came back and did in December the first conference, everyone was like, yes, let's go there. And the biggest players in the space went down to LaBitconf, Bitrefill Labs, introducing their mining machine, and like the first mining machine ever existed came down to Argentina. And yes, I think that in somehow when I opened the conference back then, I said that this was something for my kids, yes, for their future, and I suggested to keep 1 BTC per year and expect that when they get 18, they might be as valuable as being able to buy a house or a car or something like that. And if I would have done that today, obviously they can do that. They could do that. So I already had this understanding of this is for the future, and I think that in Latin America it's a very use case. Yes, not as a really as a store of value, but when you relate to currencies so inflationary as the ones that we have, it makes all the sense. At least for the people, not for the governments. Yes, but for the people.
Yeah, because I think also the people immediately understand the unique use case and the advantages that Bitcoin brings for them.
It's different when you speak about Bitcoin in Argentina. Yes, it's not that everybody jumps into Bitcoin. Everybody understands the problem with banks. Yes, when a bank can keep you outside of your account. Yes, and they understand when a government decides to reduce value of the currency. They understand about inflation. They understand way much better these aspects than an American, than an European. Yes, that in their recent years of 50, 60, they didn't suffer this. US is suffering now inflation, and they are not used to it. Yes, and some might start saying, oh, inflation is something real. Yes, it's been real since ever. Yes, but now it's getting real in US. So I need to find a way of storing value against inflation. And this is what Argentinians and Latin Americans have been doing in a natural way, yes, since the beginning of Bitcoin. This being said, it's not that everyone would jump into Bitcoin. The best, one of the things that in our countries occur is that they are very followers instead of leading. No, they are not so risk. I mean, they're very risk savvy. So most of people just jumps into dollars if they want to avoid inflation, not to Bitcoin. So the effort of explaining Bitcoin is similarly everywhere. But when you explain Bitcoin to someone in Argentina or our countries, at least it's easier to get examples that they make sense to them.
Understand. Do you have an estimate how many people in Argentina are using Bitcoin?
Over 3 million people have accounts in Argentina.
Over 3 million people, yeah. And how has the perception changed in the years from 2013 to 2021? Like in the media, for instance?
I think it's similar everywhere. Yes, as I say, it's more like something for the people, not from government, not from media. It's like people understands. When you need to save yourself, you'll find ways of saving yourself. Yes, if you are suffering about bank, you'll find a way of. But it's not that government is saying, "Hey, this is the way," or media is saying, "Hey, this is the way to save yourself." Yes, so initially that was in 2013. Yes, the way of going into this, like trying to find a way out to capital controls or to currency or whatever, inflationary currency. And now you see in the media everywhere. It's like something that is happening. Yes, like an alternative to the dollar, an alternative. So today I see this more like media bought the idea. At least it sells, because media, they don't need to say the truth. They need to sell media. And so at least it sells, because most people is thinking that this is a real thing. So talking about this positivity is...
Have you heard anything from any country in the region that they might follow the way of El Salvador?
Might follow is different than trying to move a law, yes, that 70s. Yes, so you have some senators, yes, uh, that are trying to run some of these laws, yes, in Paraguay, in Panama, in different countries, yes, in Brazil, in Uruguay. So yes, eventually, but the big difference between El Salvador and any other country is that in El Salvador they don't have their own currency. So promoting Bitcoin is just as promoting dollar. Who cares? It's just one way of bringing money in the country. Yes. But in other countries, Argentina, Brazil, making Bitcoin legal tender, it's legal everywhere. Bitcoin is legal everywhere. Argentina, in every country, it's mostly every country is legal, not legal tender. Yes. It's legal. I can buy a house, I can buy a car, I can pay a salary. Yes, it's legal. Not legal tender, which means I can't do a contract and execute the contract by force in the legal currency. Okay? So, but when you validate an additional currency as a legal tender currency, it immediately starts a competition between one and the other. And a country that prints money needs keep printing money because they need to keep having the opportunity of getting debt and pay it by printing money. Yes, I make you build a road in pesos argentinos, and then I print the money to pay you the pesos argentinos. I don't need to work to get the money for paying you the road. I just need to print the money to pay you the road. So this is a bit how things happen. Yes.
I mean, I guess the idea to make it legal tender is like, you don't know what to say because a little bit, I mean, Bitcoin has this philosophy of being a choice, an alternative, and not to be forced upon you, like you have to use it now.
Yeah. Let's say, because this is an active comment and concern, like, imposing Bitcoin is like against Bitcoin itself, like imposing. And actually, I don't see it that way. Yes? It's like, first, if you really believe Bitcoin is the best tool for saving, not only saving, for a future social improvement of whoever holds the Bitcoin. Yes, there is a talk which is called universal income distribution through Bitcoin. No? I mean, if you really believe in that, you should have no concerns. It's like, hey, I really want dogs to be saved from the slayers of... So you would like a law about slugs. Why should I impose a law about not killing dogs? Well, because you agree with that. Yes? So you would say, yes, this law, I like it. Yes? Discussing the same for Bitcoin is considering that Bitcoin shouldn't be something that could be as any other option of things that government decides on. Yes? We should have a road. No, I don't want a road. But you agree having a road, so it's okay. Well, governments might take a free decision about if they want or not moving Bitcoins into it. And it's not a Bitcoin decision. It's a government decision, as they take hundreds and thousands of decisions every single time. But as Bitcoiners, I think that, okay, you might be against any law. You might be an absolutely anarchist. Okay, good, yes. Most of the world just does not move on that stream, yes, and you act, even as an anarchist, there's some things that you value to be well set. Yes, I think that can or cannot be done. But I think that as Bitcoiners, we just don't need to think what Bitcoin is supposed to be. Yes, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. And if someone wants to make it legal, they make it legal. If someone wants to make it illegal, they will make it illegal. Bitcoin will keep being Bitcoin. And people here really can choose, even though it's a legal tender. Yes, people can choose. It's more for what it means and for the opportunity of having 5 million people in a blast. Yes, going into Bitcoin and having the need to understand about Bitcoin more than the fact of the tendering itself. And the biggest, and this is very interesting, the biggest benefit of having it as a legal tender, even if it's an option, is that you can set up a company in El Salvador, start charging in Bitcoins, and having bank accounts everywhere, not asking you, why are you playing with Bitcoin? This is the big value, I would say, about having it as a legal tender. Not the fact of if it's imposed or not imposed, because it's not imposed. Really, it's not imposed. Yes, but at least you can work on Bitcoin with the peace of mind that you won't be pissed by government, by banks, about, oh no, you're using Bitcoin, I don't like you, I'm closing your bank account tomorrow.
That's true, yeah. Have you seen the geothermal power station?
No, actually it could have gone. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because I heard that I don't know how far they are with mining Bitcoin. Did they start already, or is this in the making? Have you heard of that?
What I know, I'm not active into this, but I know when they introduced as the project back in September, yes, when it came down here with Brock and others, they had plans of upgrading 90 megawatts the power plant. Yes, so I guess it's like a long-term project. Even though they might be mining with the existing energy, they are not. I'm for sure they are not using such actual plant like the real focus of this is the mining. No, I mean, I think it's a project to be done because they showed us like we want to grow the electric. I don't know how to say the electric power supply. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I think I'm going there and also checking out how things are running and working, and I'm very curious about that. Yeah. So let's talk about your project in El Salvador. LaBitconf will take place next week. It's the 7th year now?
No, it's 9th year. Actually, it's the longest running Bitcoin conference in the world.
Great. Wow.
Yep.
Congratulations.
I think we have two good things to say about us. Yes, actually three. Let me see. Yes, some three good things. One, if we are the longest running. Yes. Second, it's the only one that started naming itself Bitcoin and kept the name Bitcoin even after Mt. Gox's turnaround, even after Bitcoin became a bad word. Yes, even after no one wanted to be related to Bitcoin, relating their brand to Bitcoin and saying blockchain is nice, Bitcoin is bad. Yes. So, and we kept this like the focus and the core of what we do. Though it's not a Bitcoin absolutely only, no, it's a 95% Bitcoin focus, but we are like positive in general with the different applications of the technology, not only the economic aspect of the technology. I think it can add value to several other layers of social interactions, and so it's this project which is very Bitcoin focused, but it's also blockchain related.
And what's the main goal? To educate the people or to connect businesses, or what is it?
You have different goals. First, the main goal is, when we started, is making Latin Americans understand about the technology and make them believe, mostly make them understand that they don't need to ask no one to lead in the space. Yes, anyone can become a leader in the space, and it's not something that you need to wait to see what is US doing. You need to wait to see what comes from Europe. It came from US, the biggest. Why? I mean, why? Yes, because it's easier to get money. in US and in Europe than getting money in Latin America. Yes, but actually anyone could become the leader of. So in my deepest desires, yes, it was creating local leaders. Yes, but to achieve that, bringing the best minds I could, yes, to the space. I think we host 4 of the 5 believed Bitcoin Satoshi Nakamoto's founders. Yes, I think we just kept outside Craig Wright, but we have lots of them. Even Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, which was the only time in his life that he, in his 70 years, that he flew outside US, and nothing. I mean, it was always bringing brightest minds we could find, or leaders, even from outside, yes, to connect and to get their absorb, yes, their knowledge and leave this inside and creating a base of knowledge locally. So yes, it was focused into creating relations, creating eventually projects that could grow from here, and it became the number one event in the region to connecting, to connect with locals. I mean, to connect among Latin American players, big players, and also to connect with locals and international attendees that come from abroad usually.
And what can we expect from LaBitconf in the next days?
Well,
a lot.
Yeah. First, for you, it's the first time, no? You will join us.
Yeah, I was online last year.
And when you was online, you realized that eventually it was not a regular online event. We were from the moon, streaming from the moon. We had all this crazy stuff, yes, and 3D videos of Stacy and Max giving a 10-minute talk, all in 3D. So we usually don't consider LaBitconf a conference. We consider LaBitconf an experience. Yes. So what could you expect an experience? You could expect a mix of sensations, a mix of vibes, yes, a mood, and we have a very beachy like mood, yes, in the venue and in the booth and stuff like that. Yes. So it's like LaBitconf sort of comes out from one mind, yes, and starts creating all the elements related to it. Yes, we decide what we want to discuss on, and then we invite people to do so. Yes, and it's not as in your case, for example, you did suggest a topic, yes, and we worked around that, but it's not the common way of working LaBitconf. Yes, it's like these are the topics I want to discuss, and I invite people for. And I obviously we invited you to these other concepts, and then we discussed about adding the other topic. No, but it was okay. I want to join, and where are you placing me? Well, here it's okay. I like the topic, and so you could expect like high-tier speakers such as Max and Stacy and yourself and Stephen and Tad Hedrika, the founder of DLC, and Newberry and Jameson Lobb and Giacomo Zucco, yes. And also, we just been confirmed of one of the biggest CEOs, female CEOs in the space. Yes, I can't name her, just can't name her. And we also are having Sam Bankman-Fried. He's eventually today he's founder of FTX, the biggest player in the space today. So you will have a nice quality content for sure, but mostly you will have Bitcoin power. You will have like talks related to Bitcoin as a disruptive tool. Yes, we will have like we're starting with a hackathon Monday and Tuesday. This is more like making people, local Salvadorians, to connect with the blockchain technology and blockchain programming, because it's one of the biggest demanders of workforce, yes, of human resources in the space, and it's one of the best well-paid works. So we thought we need to help Salvador, some students in Salvador, to be related to this. And then we go on Wednesday with a free, open, high-level conference for all the Salvadorians, yes, that care to join. And though you would say, well, everyone will come, it's not as such, yes, because in El Salvador, you have lots of people already understanding about Bitcoin, yes, but mostly it's like the trading. I mean, they like the price going up and down. Convincing people to calm down and understand about why Bitcoin, it's like, yeah. Are you giving are you teaching trading? No, we're not teaching trading. Yes, but are we doing like futures? And no, I don't care about futures. Yes, I care about why Bitcoin is relevant, why Bitcoin is power, why Bitcoin is, yes. So this is what we try to live in El Salvador, a belief of Bitcoin's future, not
how to make fast money.
not tools for making fast money.
Yeah.
We never did. I have 15 projects, non-for-profit projects, and none of them talks about how making money in Bitcoin. Yes, and that makes it hard. It's like the meme that you have about Bitcoin and about trading, and they have a being long amount of people at the booth of trading or making money fast, and one person at what is Bitcoin. So that's the concept. And on Thursday and Friday, you have more power talks. Yes, I do expect less people there because the other one is very open, but people willing to understand why Bitcoin is a game changer. Yes, in different aspects of society, government, and etc. And introductions about some people from El Salvador talking about the experience of taking from zero. For example, the peoples from Athena talking about how they moved from 0 to 4 billion people, yes, in just 2 months. I mean, the Chivo wallet, yes. So some real cases of how it was driving this, and the Minister of Economy talking about the not the difficulties, the opportunity that it means now is Bitcoin for El Salvador, and the road to implement the law, no? So this is more like Thursday, and Friday it's much more technical day. So people who attending Adopting Bitcoin, which is another conference on this, not the same days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we are doing Wednesday open to the public. Yes, Thursday, Friday are our big talks, and so people going to Adopting Bitcoin, they can even join LaBitconf on Thursday if they are not going to the beach, or on Friday, yes, which are the more technical talks.
Mm-hmm. And will people be able to watch that live like last year in the internet? Yeah,
the idea, and actually we have like a 3D stage, like 3D virtual stage set for that, and additional cameras to get more faces. Yes, rather than having a
flat.
No, a stream of the flat stage. Yes, I will try to avoid flat stage, trying to make this as if it was an online conference. Yes, and there will also be an app that people will be able to download and connect, eventually do some networking even from abroad. Yes, and this is free. Actually, we're connecting with Bitcoin Magazine. And they will be doing a special landing for the conference, and it's them and Talentland who will be streaming the event online.
Oh, cool. Good to know. And where can people find that? Do they have to register or just go on YouTube?
I mean, if they register, yes, they get additionally the option of making this networking. Yes, but I guess soon we'll start also, Bitcoin Magazine will start sharing the landing and the opportunity of going on stage. Obviously, if you go into LaBitconf.com, yes, also soon, eventually on Monday, or on Wednesday, yes, when the conference starts, you will be able to get the link of the conference, yes, to watch it online. As any other conference, usually, yes, you just go in and see the content.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm looking very much forward to it. Is there anything? Yeah.
And you will be very active in the conference, yeah.
Yes, I will be very active. I know. I try to relax a few days before because I also will work at adopting Bitcoin. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like to meet many people, talk to people, get to know new things, have an experience, as you say.
Yeah, it's an experience. The Bitcoin is an experience, and the experience is not on stage. To be true, the experience is downstage. Yes, it's about the people, the spirit, the mood, the vibe, the parties. It's all an experience. You see.
Yes, perfect. So, anything that you want to mention, to add, that we did not talk about?
No, I just think that the only problem with the BitConf is that being from Argentina, yes, or being from Latin America, it's like it's not well known outside from the region, no? But it really is, for sure, among the best conferences around. Yes, the tire of speakers that we have, the tire of the emotional aspect that you get and the vibes. I really think it's a conference that needs to be seen and focused on. It's easier in Europe to do something that gets attention because everyone from every country just gets a train and comes. But for us, it's a bit harder. But that doesn't mean that it's not as good or even better than most of other conferences.
And I think one specialty is that you move every year. You're not always at the same place.
Yeah, that makes it harder, way
Yeah.
harder. Yes, harder to position yourself, harder to create every single year something from scratch. Yes, connections, new everything, new providers. But this is the thing: LaBitconf is a non-for-profit. Yes, and it's not commercial, so you can't buy your way into LaBitconf, your way of talking LaBitconf, which somehow means that we go wherever we want to go and wherever we think that is the best place to go this year. We were doing the conference online on Mars this year, yes, with a hybrid version in Buenos Aires, yes, live in Buenos Aires, online from Mars. And in September, and we started in February, yes, these concepts. And in September, we decided we would move to El Salvador. And the 15th of October, 15th of September, no, in June we decided we were going to El Salvador. 15th of September we decided we were doing it. We were actively doing it. So we have only 2 months to do the conference we expect to do, and it's being a big challenge, really a big challenge. I really hope that things go as we do expect they will go, but I'm glad with 2 things of this. Yes, first, we really achieved to bring key people to the place. Yes, even if you compare conferences, I mean, you see that high quality tires of people coming, and VCs that are coming because of the Bitcoin Week concept. I think the Bitcoin Week concept added a huge value to El Salvador. Lots of people saying, okay, I'll go because there is a Bitcoin Week. It's not just a conference. It's like a Bitcoin Week of activities. We have metaverse, NFTs also, and lots of other stuff, and artists painting live, and singers, and so this adds value to the whole week concept. So I'm glad about what we have achieved till now, and I hope we have also hope no, I see in the registrations, but but I hope we also achieve like a very cool audience too. But our focus is more in El Salvador. No, it's more Salvadorians coming than people from abroad coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. And also great that you have this open day and open concept to help people. Yeah. Thank you for, yeah.
So they have 4 hours of Ask Me Anything also.
Wow,
I mean,
yeah.
They can go there and ask whatever they want, Yes, and we will have people willing to answer on stage, answer. So yes.
Cool. Yeah, and I will want to bring some of my Spanish books also to donate it. Great. Okay, so thank you very much, Rodolfo. People register at LaBitconf.com.
Yep.
And looking forward to meet you in the next days. Bye. Thank you.
See you. Thank you.
That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Please subscribe to my show and recommend it to your friends. See you next week when it's time for the Anita Posch Show.